Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a motherfucking movie. So, there's a lot of modern American black men who are speaking out, including myself, over most modern American black women about how their attitudes, their attitudes and stuff like that, and a lot of guys don't know how to explain it, But what I have noticed from reacting to a lot of videos with modern American black women is that most modern American black women, especially the ones who come from poor areas, the Section A mummies, the mummies who are on food stamps, government assistance, or are AKA from the hood. A lot of these women do not know how to control their emotions. Meaning, what's a person who cannot control their emotions? What do you expect from them? You know, um, Meaning that if you say something or call them a name, then they react. No matter what you do to them, they react. You know, um, and this is what I noticed with a lot of modern American black women. You know, um, a lot of times, like a lot of guys be in relationships with them, and she will argue them up and down because of the way she feels. It's not necessarily based on reality. It's not really based on, in her mind, she thinks that her feelings is reality. And a lot of times, a lot of modern American black women feel that they need to react off of their emotions. This is why we see tons and tons of videos of modern American black women who will start fighting with a customer at work, or fighting with an employee, or yelling at the police when the police is being nice to them. It's not that it's not that the police is being disrespectful. It's that they feel that when the police is pulling them over, it's because they're being racist or something like that. We hear more of the race card things coming from modern American black women, online and stuff like that, but also modern American black men. And this is why the black community is filled with overly emotional men. Let me say that again. The black community is filled with overly emotional men. A lot of these guys, a lot of guys from the black community are coming from single mothers who the women who will, if she feel offended, will cuss you out and fight you at church. We done seen the videos. We done seen the fighting over the words, over things that doesn't even matter, because of the insecurity that they have with themselves, So what happens is, since the modern American black male, it was a trend of modern American black women who were deciding to go Section A, to not have a husband, to get child support, to break up the family unit. So we got a bunch of guys who've been raised by overly emotional women who never learn how to master their emotions. We understand that women are emotional. Let me say that again. We understand that women are emotional, but there comes a line from being an adult It's just like most people know, a logical person, when he goes to work, he knows or she knows that nothing matters. The only thing that matters is if they're doing their job to the best of their ability and they're at work on time, you know. But what happens is, what I notice is, between black men and black women, the black male who has been raised by a black mother will go off on employees and customers if they feel offended. The crime rate is exponentially higher in areas where there's a bunch of single mothers. You got men running around in their feelings. I feel like they get all these feelings of jealousy, of envy, of envying another man because a chick like this dude more than you. Envying of a dude because he done bought a new car and he got a little money in his pocket and he smell good and you don't smell good. You know what I'm saying? This is why, this is an issue. Personal development is an issue in the black community. Like I said, guys, it's a bunch of people in the black community and other communities as well who's walking around with their heart on their sleeves, which is not a good thing. I know we done heard Lil Wayne said, I know we done heard people say it, you're walking around with your heart on your sleeve. And you know why this is dangerous? You know why this is dangerous, especially in the black communities, and the murder rates are so high? It's because, you're walking down the street and you got two black guys walking down the street. Both of them are highly emotional, but one of the black males has a firearm, and you guys have a little emotional conflict of powers of the masculinity. I feel disrespected. I can't brush words off. Words don't. I learned this as a child. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. People can think what they want about me. It doesn't necessarily make it true. I know myself. And people are going to be people. So you got two guys throwing insults. You got two females. We're seeing a lot of modern American black women and women in general going out like they're dudes, catching bodies, unaliving people. This is absolutely insane. This is why most people stay away from the hood, because you got a lot of people walking around in their feelings, and if they feel like you done did something to them, you might end up injured. This is why the prisons is getting filled and still getting filled with modern American black people, because modern American black people have not learned how to manage their emotions, mind their business, and let people talk. Oh, it's racism. It's the white people. It's this, it's that, man. You gotta think smart, gotta grow, gotta elevate, bro. I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next video. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Over and out.